Dearest Heydrich, do not feel despair, my love. You did everything you could. Our time together meant more than words can say. But in the end, fate is a cruel mistress. Your strength is needed to end the horrors that beset this world. My final wish is that you find your path. Love always. Mira.
You know it's not polite to go through other people's things, don't you? What are we doing in my room?
What?
You're not really thinking of reading my journal, are you? The Deckard believes the key to unlocking the stranger's memory is reassembling his sword. I wish I could say this was another of Uncle's crazy theories, but I can't deny that these ominous events are starting to really scare me.
I've decided to write an epic poem on the death of the Skeleton King. All I need to do is find out how he was killed.
You could ask the one who did it, you know. He's right over there.
And give up my artistic license? Never.
That Templar you brought to town may seem grim to most, but I think he's hiding a good heart.
I don't know what would have happened to this town without Deckard Cain.
I heard the goatmen have come down from the hills and are killing anything they can get their claws, hooves on. We should have killed them all when we had the chance.
Let's see. Rampaging. With the dead squared away and Cain back in town, I hope things won't be so bad around here.
What was once one shall become four. Though the three shall become one, never again will the four be whole.
I spoke with that strange man next to Deckard Cain. It's odd. He doesn't look that old, but if you look at his eyes, I'd swear you can see the centuries looking back at you.
Did you know that Leah has traveled a better part of this world? She's even been to Chaldeum. But I bet you've seen things that would shock even her.
So this is how it ends? They dragged my cart from the road, but for what? I can't get it repaired. Might as well dig a hole and die in it.
I have some new items that I'm certain you'll love. Did you see that stranger next to old Cain? I was listening to him talk. I bet he comes from Westmarch.
Oh, really? So people from there usually travel by falling star? Use your head. If he's from Westmarch, I'm Empress of Chaldeum.
Do not question the path you are on. It will lead you through things that will try your very soul. But you'll always have me to talk to.
Talking is a waste of time.
You pretend you are a rock, but I know the softness you don't want anyone to see. Why else would you continue to come and talk to Miriam? The foul witch waits for you to unseal the temple of the ancients, that she may strike. Her master would sacrifice anything to control the destiny of the stranger. I would tell you to be careful, but you wouldn't listen, would you?
Sorry, the ferry to Wortham isn't running. Can't take anyone anywhere with all that's happening around here. It's not safe.
Hey, come over here. I've got some new things you really need to see.
attacks may be slowing down, but this town is done, and you know it. If we leave together, we might make it to Wardham.
What we'll make is sport for the Khazra. I'll stay here behind the gates, thank you.
Don't worry about me. You and I aren't so different. I have great power within me too. The only difference is I have no control over mine.
Then you must learn to master it.
It's only happened a few times in my life, and only when I was in grave danger. But something rises up from deep within me and, well, I can't really explain it.
Now for your just reward!
I'll be telling stories about that for a while.
Strange. This place is still occupied.
Stay away! There's nothing in here. These are dark times, my friend. I thought...
After much searching, I have found a promising lead. A family near New Tristram has obtained a valuable relic, and poor fools that they are, they haven't the slightest idea what to do with it. I have some idea of what to do with their daughter, though. And through her, I'll get my prize. You there! Please help! They're going to kill my friend! Thieves are going to kill my friend if we don't do something. Help me break these bonds and see for yourself.
Who is this friend of yours?
She's just a farmer's daughter, Sasha, but she has a relic that the thieves are after.
He's deserted you. Just give it over.
My sweet love will save you.
Enough of this. Release Sasha and give her the relic.
You actually believe what this scoundrel tells you? Fine, you fools. We'll kill the both of you.
This is just like target practice.
You won't get away from us this time!
This isn't over. The rest of the Thieves Guild will find you.
Here's the relic, my love. I hid it like you asked. Father's grown suspicious of us, but that won't matter once we're married. It won't be long, right?
Of course, my dear. Soon we will settle down to a quiet life of tilling the fields and raising children. But first, I have to sell this relic. Alas, I must travel away with my friend here to do so.
What? You mean to accompany me?
Yes, yes! You look like you know a lot about markets. Now, lead the way! Wait.
Were you born into the Templar Order?
No. Our scripture says, as a farmer reaps his wheat, so must the Order harvest and purify the weeds.
And you do not take offense to that?
You speak out of kindness, but you do not understand. When they took me, they saved my life and my immortal soul.
Ah, there you are.
And you're betrothed?
Betrothed? Do I look like the marrying kind to you? By the way, my name is Lyndon. They will run when they see us.
Where are you from?
Kingsport, the city by the sea, home to the great merchant fleets and endless nets of reeking fish.
And your trade?
I am between jobs at the moment.
Dishonest jobs, I'd expect.
Nonsense. I am the most honest thief you will ever meet. That's my choice, too. A great choice. Ooh, this will be fun.
When this is over, I could open my own little inn somewhere, if I live.
That would suit you.
Well, if you ever want a job, I will consider your credentials. What the tomes say of Alaric and this temple is not encouraging. You must be Alaric the Guardian. Uncle Deckard told me of your eternal watch over this cursed place. I thought it was a myth.
Are you Nephilim?
No. There have been no Nephilim for a millennium.
Yet another myth. You seek entrance to this temple, but only a Nephilim can enter. If you retrieve the keys from the outlying tombs and use them on the gates, we will see who and what you truly are. Follow me. I will raise the bridge that you may pass. Seek 2 tombs in the woods beyond. The warrior's rest and the crypt of the ancients. Within them reside the keys to our sacred temple.
After you. I don't care for these woods. Must we slog through them?
Are these Alaric's people?
Their story was quite different.
Fools are stronger than most risen dead, but they gain their fortitude through horrific means, feasting upon human corpses. These creatures are least dangerous while eating, but do not disturb them, or it shall be your limbs between their teeth.
The Deckard called these flying creatures death with wings.
Did that?
I've spent years exploring places like this with Uncle Deckard. This brings back memories.
There are so many places that we could explore together, Leah.
That's not exploration. It's a rescue mission.
Embraces you.
I used to love traveling, seeing the world.
When the balance is lost, everything changes.
Yes, it's not like it was.
Just like target practice.
Merrick says that our people can survive the coming battle, but I saw the truth in his eyes. Why did he order me to guard the beacon of honor? Those shambling things are slaughtering my people in the forest above, and there's nothing I can do to stop it.
Has blessed me.
The world is so dangerous. Everybody needs a quiet, safe place to rest and recover. A way station in their journeys.
The priests of Rathma are not always welcome in such places, though they would be of use to us.
That's why I want to make one.
This looks dangerous. You remove that artifact, then hand it to me for safekeeping.
This is amazing. It reminds me of being a child and searching for lost artifacts with Uncle Deckard.
Such a relief that you're all grown up now.
At least one of us is.
a fine corpse. Serve the cycle.
We won!
We were so sure we could beat whatever traps the ancients had laid for tomb robbers. But the dead bodies of my friends testify to the folly of our arrogance. I will be dead soon as well. Our greed was our downfall.
I miss Chaldeum.
I can have that when you're done with it, right? What skill should I use? Always liked that one.
Those who possess the beacons of light and honor may enter our holy temple. Use them on the pedestals. The temple is open. Enter and defeat the guardians within. Although they are my brothers, they will seek your death when you enter.
Look at this architecture. This predates the Sin War.
I can teach you more about sin.
Please don't.
My brothers, rise and do battle. Stone has been changed. Our children are born weak and suffer short lives. The demon Nereza promised to restore their power, but instead turned them into misshapen creatures and sent them to war against us. We may die, but not before she is sent back to the burning hells. Your strength rivals that of our greatest champions. What now do you think you are? You may enter our most sacred place.
There's a slight flaw in your stance. Look, I will show you. Let me just put my hand on your...
Stay back.
You're not good at flirting, are you?
The noble hero fought his way here just to die.
You are again mistaken.
And who is this you bring with you? Adria's daughter? She has power within her. No matter, your mother will soon share your fate, little one. The shard is mine. Fill this temple with their blood!
What did she mean my mother will share my fate? Could my mother be alive after all these years?
She has every reason to deceive us. Do not listen.
This fight was too easy. She is toying with us. We must get back to Uncle Deckard right away.
I need to go back.
The World Stone was an ancient artifact of immense power. It was used not only to create our world, but also to control mankind. The original humans were known as the Nephilim, and their power was such that it was feared they would tip the balance in the eternal conflict between the high heavens and the burning hells. So the World Stone was tuned to lessen our powers, turning mankind into what we are today. But now that it has been destroyed, it is conceivable that the powers of the Nephilim will reappear. Tyrael was forced to destroy the World Stone when Baal, the Lord of Destruction, corrupted it in his attempt to control all of mankind.
Indeed. A priest of Rathma was among the heroes who fought him, though the ruin from the Worldstone's destruction was terrible.
It obliterated Mount Arreat, the mountain that housed it, leaving only a smoking crater in its place. And nothing has been heard from Tyrael since.
I heard Leah grew up traveling with you. Was it not dangerous having a child on your journeys?
Not as dangerous as you might think. There was a calm about the world then. Most people paid no mind to an old man and young girl, weaponless and penniless, crossing their lands.
Uncle Deckard and I traveled all over the world in my youth, looking for lost lore and artifacts. It was so exciting, crawling around ancient temples, digging through forgotten crypts. I feel fortunate that Uncle Deckard raised me the way he did, the things I learned from him. But now I don't know. I see what his obsession with his quest has cost him, has cost us. The Drowned Temple was once known as the Sarsium Emporis. It was the most sacred of their temples, a site where legend claims angels would come to impart their wisdom to the Nephilim.
Back at your forge already?
Work needs doing. No one is going to do it for me.
You were quite upset about Mira.
I don't want to talk about my wife. Dead is dead and gone is gone. Do you want work done or not?
Tell me of your father.
My father was a diplomat. We had a manor in Chaldeum with servants, terraces, all of that. Everything changed when the trouble started. Somehow, rumors spread that my grandfather was responsible for the king's madness. My father's work fell apart. No one would speak to him. He kept believing it will blow over, though.
But it was not to be.
No. I'd rather not talk about it now, if you don't mind. I've work to see to.
I would hear of your sins if we are to continue fighting together.
I cannot tell you.
There can be no secrets in this alliance, Cormac.
You misunderstand me. We are literally unable to recall our pasts. The Inquisitors stripped my sins and the memory of them from me, leaving me pure.
The second piece is safe, but I do not know where the last one has fallen.
I remember a glow streaking towards a fishing village.
That must be Wortham.
Ah, brilliant, dear Leah. Have the ferryman take you there.
Why is this coven after your sword?
I cannot say, but there is something about them, a darkness, that is known to me.
Strange.
The coven may be part of a greater evil. Perhaps I intended to fight it.
You'll need your sword for that. I was not trained to use that.
I'll take that.
My service is yours, if you would have it.
How can you waste so much time pursuing women?
Waste? Time is scarcely better spent.
No. You still lack companionship, even now.
I've only found one worth keeping. but she slipped away from me.
What happened?
I'd rather talk about the ones I caught and didn't want.
I have some new items that I'm certain you will love.
I was thinking...
Don't hurt yourself.
I was thinking that we should try to recruit more soldiers. What happens if we get attacked again?
We just spent a week fighting off hundreds of walking corpses outside our impenetrable gates. We're the hardest bastards within 100 miles. Who's going to attack us?
Vile things transpire even as we speak. I see a town in flames, and an old friend paying the ultimate price to reveal the truth.
I already know this.
Oh, do you have the sight as well?
You will say no more, will you? I seek passage to Wortham.
I will take you, but beware. Smoke rises from the village. By the power!
They're fighting, we have a chance.
One of the men retrieved a strange artifact in his nets. It looked like a hilt of an ancient blade, but I know it must be more. The fisherman argued with me, but I convinced him to leave it in the safety of the chapel, a holy place for a holy relic.
Please! My family's hiding in the chapel with the rest of the townsfolk. We must get to them.
Don't run off! You'll get yourself killed!
You cannot keep the sword from me!
This is bad.
My servant will burn this town to ashes!
I hear something coming.
More gold for me!
You saved us. We owe you our lives.
There is only one thing I would ask of you. I seek a sword fragment. Have you seen it?
We found it days ago. I wish we'd never brought it here. Come, I left Virgil to guard it. We will be glad to be rid of it.
I'm going back to Tristram to check on Uncle Deckard.
Something isn't right here.
Magda.
While you were on your hero's errand here, I captured all 3 sword pieces and your friends.
I will put an end to this.
After King Leoric went mad, no one lived in these parts for a long time. Then adventurers were lured here by tales of riches to be found inside the old cathedral. New Tristram started when some traveling merchants decided to set down here to sell to the adventurers. It grew quickly. Lots of good farming in these parts. Well, before all of this started.
It's your choice, Cain. Either use your Herodric arts to repair the sword, or your dear Leah dies a horrible death.
All this pain, this destruction. What is the sword to you?
To me, nothing. To my master, Belial, everything. Your rage is overwhelming, girl. You win this round, but if the sword cannot be mine, I'll claim the one it's bound to. In the end, the blade shall be mine.
Uncle, you can't die.
Nothing can stop that now. But there is one last thing I must do. The sword must be made whole. Just as I suspected, the sword is of the high heavens. The stranger is an angel. Heed the journal. The truth lies within.
Uncle Deckard!
If only I could control this power, I could have saved him.
I do not know. There were others who were responsible.
Magda and her master Belial. The journal speaks of an angel falling from the heavens as the shadow rises from the abyss. The stranger is the key to all of this.
So it seems. I will search for him.
When my power erupted, I saw into Magda's mind for an instant. She's fled to the highlands. You can reach them through the caves above Wortham. You have to know, she'll be waiting for you.
I am prepared for that.
This damned power I have. Uncle Deckard said it came from my mother. He tried to teach me how to control it using his Herodric training, but it never really helped. He never gave up on me, though. He was a great man.
Why would your order alter your memory?
Our initiation blinds us to our sinful pasts, so that we might clearly see the future and prepare for the final battle.
How?
I was chained to a wall and beaten. By the third day I was mad from pain and hunger, and that is when the whipping began. I was told I relived all of my transgressions, everything that brought me tainted joy. The whip took away that joy, then the sin, leaving me pure.
That was torture, not ascendance. Meditation and study would have sufficed.
Don't you understand? The Templar Order is trying to protect humanity from extinction. What is my pain against that goal?
You're going to make those cultists pay for what they've done, aren't you? They can't be allowed to get away with this.
I fear this town will be lost without Deckard Cain's wisdom to guide us.
I can't believe Deckard Cain is dead.
You know what I'll miss about old Cain? How he'd sit at that table over there, listening to us prattle on and just smile to himself, like he knew the true tale of things.
I remember. This old place won't be the same without him.
Angels! That's rich. There ain't no angels.
I heard about Deckard.
Uncle Deckard is gone forever. I remember the wonderful times we had together. Always off on another crazy quest. What will I do without him? He believed the stranger was an angel. But he is only a man. I always knew they were just stories. Uncle Deckard died for those stories.
You fight well for a thief.
My brother taught me when we were younger. He thought the crossbow was the best weapon for me since it would give me time to run away if I botched things too badly.
Where is he now?
Oh, he's still in Kingsport. I expect he'll be there a good long time.
What in the burning hells is happening around here? First the dead, and now dark cultists?
This is not a time for mourning. This is a time to dry our tears and draw our weapons. There can be no pity for the pitiless, save redemption for those that seek it.
Deckard Cain was not a young man. I still say he died too soon. Decades of knowledge destroyed without a thought by superstitious fools.
You look as though you could use a stronger.
The caves must be up here somewhere.
Spiderlings alone may seem unthreatening, but their presence should be a warning for travelers. For wherever there are spiderlings, there will be matriarchs, and the fully grown arachnids are extremely protective of their young. The spiderlings themselves possess strong appetites, allowing them to do considerable harm to a cornered adventurer.
Remember me?
The ubiquitous spider is one of the oldest and most adaptable creatures in the world. It also seems to have acquired an unfortunate susceptibility to magic. When exposed, the arachnids will increase dramatically in size and even cast spells. Due to this hazard, I recommend staying out of dark places whenever possible.
My queen sings to me. Her music echoes from beyond.
Are we certain we want to go through these caves? Something is not right here. Templar said he was afraid of spiders. Don't tell him that I told you.
embraces you.
I expected more.
used to be one of them. Ordinary, untouched, until her voice came to me. Then I knew how I must serve. I must kill the one who threatens my mistress and the dark power that created her. I have been chosen.
Sometimes I get the feeling you don't exactly know where you're going.
It's quite an enemy over there. We are in for a fight.
Eamon, it is of the utmost importance that we secure my manor from the traitorous rabble in Tristan. The caves to the east are too close to my land. They must be blocked, completely obstructed. I believe the Archbishop Lazarus has magically bound some arachnids of late. They may serve us well.
My mistress has accepted me. Come close and feel her loving embrace.
Well, that's going to end well.
Appears we're not alone in here.
Please, help me. It's horrible. She sucks the innards from her victims. Oh, no. No. It's too late. I hear her. The Spider Queen is coming.
Spider Queen? Not enough essence.
Rumor holds that Archbishop Lazarus loosed a silent terror in the caves near Leoric's manor before he died. He labored for weeks over a group of unusually large spiders, and many of his servants quietly disappeared during this time. The largest creature led the others into the caves. None who have ventured there have returned.
Does Tristram have a thieves' guild?
There are thieves everywhere.
But are they organized?
You think the Thieves Guild is organized?
Thank you. Thank you. Can we please leave this horrible place? It was terrible being stuck in there like that. Thank the gods you came along. What are you doing out here?
I'm looking for a man who was taken prisoner by the Coven.
The Coven? I saw them dragging someone into Leoric's manor house. Perhaps it was the man you seek. You might have a small bit of trouble reaching there, though. I'm not proud of this, but I stole the staff of a powerful Khazra shaman. The Khazra went mad and chased me to the caves. You can find the staff in my cart in the highlands. If you take it to the Khazra barricade, perhaps they will let you pass.
Why do I get the feeling that there are more cultists here?
The wither moth is a curious phenomenon. It is tremendously large for an insect, and somehow its size allows it to expel a charging force when attacked. For this reason, few have survived to study it in great detail, including many notable academics. In fact, please do not inquire further upon this subject.